Hi Pelicans, my name is Daniel Mullins, President of the Faculty of Science and Technology's Guild Committee. We welcome all Pelicans to our Digital Literacy Skills program, helping you navigate the online learning environment. Let's get started with the Faculty of Greatness.
The first step to register for courses is to navigate to the SAS website. This means entering sas.mona.ue.edu. Once you press enter, the following screen will appear. We now select Enter Secure Area. This will prompt you to enter your ID number and your password. Please note that the default password is your date of birth, expressed in the following format. Once we've entered our ID number and our password, we will then select Login. If a notification appears on screen, just select I agree, continue. We're now prompted with the main menu, Personal Information or Student Services. For us to register, we'll select Student Services. We then select Registration. The next item to select is Look Up Classes to Add. Ensure that you select the correct semester on this screen. For us, it's 2020-21 Semester 1. And now we're presented with a list of subjects. So whichever subject you're looking for, it will be in this drop-down list. For me, I'm looking for computing. So let's try and find that. Computing is right here. Now select Course Search. And you're presented with a full listing of all the courses under the computer science subject. The course I'm looking for is 1127, which is right here. So I found it. Sometimes you may see the course represented as Comp 1127, meaning that the subject and the course code are put together. So that means that you would look for the subject first as we did before, and then look for the course code here. Once I've identified it, I now select View Sections beside the corresponding course I'm looking for. This will show me a full timetable, indicating the times for all of the sessions that this class offers. Now, not every class will have a lab, a lecture, and a tutorial. However, for this course, I am required to select a lab, a lecture, as well as 2 separate tutorial sessions, right? But let me just stop and break down all the information that you're seeing on screen now. The first column says SR. This means student restrictions, and because I'm videoing this before registration is open, that's why I'm seeing SR there. SR may also show up if you have a hold on your account or something on the system is blocking you from registering. This could also happen if you have not selected the correct semester to register for. So keep those in mind. The next column shows you the course registration number. You can opt to write down all the course registration numbers for the streams that you'd like to register for, and then add them all at once at the end, right? But I will show you that. Next, you'll see the subject, then the course code, then the stream or section, the campus. This is very important because M stands for Mona and W stands for WJC, which is the Montego Bay campus. So depending on where you're studying, you would select the requisite one. This speaks the credits. You can kind of just ignore that column. This shows the title of the course. This shows the days. What's important to note here is everything is typical except for Thursday. Thursday is denoted by an R because Tuesday is denoted by a T. So that's the difference to look out for there. Everything else is normal. F represents Friday, W represents Wednesday, S is for Saturday. You'll then see the time of day that your class occurs, the capacity of the class, meaning the number of persons that could possibly take it, followed by the actual number of persons who have registered already, then followed by the remainder. So meaning how many spaces are left, how many persons can register given the number that have registered already. So for example, no one has registered for this as yet, so there are 75 spaces remaining based on the capacity. The next column shows you the name of your instructor. You may see the full name here, or you may see tutor in its place. Sometimes postgraduate students or older students who have sat the course already will be your tutor, so you won't see a specific name there. No need to worry. This is followed by the duration of the course, the period that the course goes on for, and then lastly the location. So you need to write this down so you know where to go for the class. Now again, just to reiterate, each of these are showing you the various streams that are available. So you could be in lab 1, or you could be in lab 2, lab 3, 4, etc. The difference is that each of these are held at a different time and maybe taught by a different instructor or tutor. Now, it's important for you to note what time these classes are going on, because you're now building your schedule and you want to ensure that you don't have any clashes, or if you're okay with having one clash, whatever your timetable is, you want to ensure that it's built in such a way that you're okay with it and it's fit for you. Now, what I would typically do is look through. I would identify which lab I want to sign up for. Maybe I want to do it on Tuesdays from 11 to 1 p.m. I would then select the checkbox here. As I said, registration is not yet open at the time that I'm recording this video, so you won't be able to select it now, but under regular circumstances, a checkbox would be here. You would just click it and you'll see a tick up here so that it's selected, and you know that you've selected that course. You then scroll down. So I just selected a lab. I also need to select a lecture for this course, so I would again choose between the two lecture options here. Maybe I would have selected this one and then continue down, look for a tutorial session that I'd like to register for, and select whichever one it is. Select the checkbox here. After I've selected all the streams that I would like to register for, I will scroll down to the end of the screen and click register. That button is not showing at the moment, again because registration hasn't opened as yet. However, it's usually where this new search button is, or beside it. Just click register, which will then register you for these courses. Once you see web registered show up on screen, that means that you satisfy the criteria for the course and it has been successfully added to your record. When a course criteria is not satisfied, a registration add error will appear when you, the student, attempt to add the course to your record. Now, here are some of the typical types of errors. You may have a prerequisite error, which will be shown as pre-Q or test score error. This means that you did not satisfy the prerequisite for the course. This could mean either that you didn't set a CXC or a CAPE subject that was required for the course, or if the course had another course here at the university that should have been sat first before this course is done, you could also get a pre-Q error. The test score error again would mean something similar, meaning that you have not satisfied the CXC, A-level, or CAPE requirements for that course. You can also get a co-requisite error. This means that there's another course that you must be registered for in the same semester as the one you're trying to register for, but you have not selected it. Therefore, it may give you a co-requisite error. The fourth type of registration add error is student restrictions. This means that a section of the course or stream is restricted to a specified group of students. This could mean that only law majors can sit the course, or only Faculty of Social Science students can sit the course, etc. You may have different types of restrictions, such as level restriction, college restriction, degree restriction, program restriction, major restriction, or class restriction. All of these just mean that whatever specified group of students you belong to, you're not allowed to register for whichever course it is. So that's if you get a student restriction error after you've tried to add a class. You can also have faculty credit limits. This means that you're exceeding the maximum number of credits that can be registered for in a semester without the approval of your faculty. For all of the add errors that I've just spoken about, these can possibly be overturned by requesting an override. Now there are 4 more errors that you could possibly get. Quotas is another error that you can get. This means that the course has already reached its maximum capacity. No new students can apply for it. Another one is repeat course already passed. It may say RPT hours exceed. This means that you cannot register for courses that you have already passed in the current program, which means you already sat the course, you already passed it, there's no need for you to do it again. Linked sections is the most popular registration ad error that you can get. Essentially, you are required to register for all applicable schedule types associated with a course. This means that if the course has a lecture, lab, and tutorial available, you would need to register for at least one stream of each of the applicable schedule types. For example, in this course I was applying for here, all of the applicable schedule types are a lab, a lecture, a tutorial discussion, as well as a secondary tutorial. So if I were to only register for a lab, a lecture, and the tutorial and leave out the secondary tutorial, then I would get a linked sections error because I haven't applied for at least one of each. So that may show as link error or something similar to linked sections error. And for those that I've just listed, an override request is not allowed. The last type of error you can get is a campus error. This means that you registered for a course that is offered at the campus that you're not at. So remember, you have to look in this column and ensure it says M if you're at Mona, and ensure it says W if you're at WJC, depending on the course you're registering for. So if I'm a Mona student, I can register for any of these ones here with the M, and if I'm a WJC student, I would register for one of these with the W here. Now to request an override, we go back to the Student Services page. We would now select registration again, but this time we'll select Requests for Course Error Overrides. You would now be able to select the course you'd like to get an override for from this drop-down list, enter the reason for requesting the override, and then select Submit Request. This is the process for requesting an override.